The Filipino American Cancer Care now brings you On the Air with FACC, tributes and support to those impacted by cancer. On the Air with FACC, the Filipino American Cancer Care on PHLV Radio.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat dito sa Amerika. Good evening, or good morning, Philippines. Magandang umaga sa inyo dyan sa Pilipinas. I'm Josie Moralidad Zayman from the Filipino American Cancer Care, PHLV Radio in Las Vegas. Huwag na kayong magtaka kung bakit maganda ang boses ko pagkaharap ko kayo. Kasi itong microphone na to walang filter. Ganyan talaga ako pag nasa mood. Pero pag lumabas ang aking pagkailongga, sabi nila, kaboses ko daw si Miriam Santiago. Hindi nyo alam, isa pa akong talent. Anyway, thank you so much for being with us and thank you sa ating station manager na si Mr. Johan. Hi Johan, I will be in Las Vegas soon. Hindi ko sasabihin kasi magpapaalam pa ako sa aking asawa. Naku. Ewan ko sa kanya, baka ayaw niya. Anyway, we would like to acknowledge and welcome our host or co-host. Alam niyo, tagal na rin namin Emerich, hindi pa tayo nagkakahiwalay. Emerich, the machete himself. Emerich Richie Vicente. Hi!
Hello everyone. Magandang umaga sa Pilipinas. Good evening everybody. Here in the US, so excited because we're going to be talking a lot of different things today. It's all around cancers, cancer journey, and advocacy. So really excited. And I miss you, Ate Josie. I haven't seen you. I haven't talked to you for a long time here at the show.
That's right.
But you're right. We've been together from the beginning.
Hindi ka pa nagsasawa sa akin, Emerich.
No.
Minsan, Emerich, ang pag-pronounce ko ng I, nagiging ang E, nagiging I.
Emerich.
Bahala kayo. You know what? As I get older in this country,
it still stays the same.
Yeah, my accent is getting thicker and thicker. Alam mo yung mga kasama kong mga reporter sa White House, pag naglulukuhan kami, pati yung State Department, pag naglulukuhan kami, ay naku, sabi ko na lang, pag nag-English ako, you know my name is, pero ang boses ko, Emerich Ilonggo. Anyway, can you please introduce our special guest this evening? I don't have to give you the bio. You can introduce, you can make your own introduction. Dito ko malalaman kung gaano ka kagaling sa tinatawag na adjectives.
Oh, really? Wow. This is like a challenge.
Yes, I put you on the spot.
I am so happy.
Kailangan galingan mo, Emerich. Make it really good.
I know.
Because our guest tonight is beauty, brain, ano pa? Lahat nandyan sa kanya, Emerich.
Everything. So really excited because I remember her daughter at our very first show because we walked together at the fashion show with the what was that? The fashion. I think our title at that time was FACC Fashion
Couture
for the
Courage
Cure.
for a Cure.
Yeah.
That was 2021. O diba, Emerich, wala pa akong demensya.
And of course, she has been our crowned beauty queen, Mrs. Correct me if your title, your beauty queen title, Mrs. Tourism.
Mrs. Tourism USA 2023.
I think her biggest crown is Mrs. Clough.
Mrs.
That's right.
Clough. Exactly. So without further ado, because we're going to be talking about you today as well, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mrs. Evelyn Talatala Clough.
Hi, everybody. Hi, good evening. Thank you for having me. And magandang umaga po sa inyo sa Pilipinas. Ako po ay taga Batangas, Tanawan, Batangas. So hindi ako marunong mag-Ilonggo, but I think I can understand a little. But I was born and raised at Tanawan, Batangas. I actually went to school sa Tanawan, Batangas, but I've been in the US for 35 years.
Nice.
I came here in 1990, actually. when I graduated from college. So thank you for having me, Ate Josie and Emmerich. I'm really excited to talk to you guys about things I'm very passionate about.
Yeah. We're really excited. Welcome back again, because I think it's been so long since
You
we
know,
talked.
Emmerich, the reason why I always like to interview her,
Yeah.
you know, you learn a lot from a person, right?
Yeah.
Every day is a learning process. Ako, pag gusto ko ang taong interviewin, ay naku, kahit paulit-ulit pa yan. Because, you know, wisdom is very, hindi mo ano yan, hindi mo
Yeah.
mabibili yan eh. Pag nandito yan, hindi mo
Totoo
makukuha
yan.
yan sa iba. Yan ang pinagkaiba.
Is that the reason why this is my third time, actually? This is my third
Oh my
interview with
gosh,
you.
I can't even believe that. Here's the thing. The reason why I wanted to interview you because pinadalhan niya tayo ng, I was, you know, she placed an ad for the FACC souvenir ad, which is, you know, limited edition for the 5th anniversary. Limited. Okay, limited, not limited. So I read it. And I was like, wow, I like this, no? So most of our questions tonight will be based on that information. Of course, this is a cancer advocacy radio show. But at the same time, we want to inspire our viewers, supporters, and everyone else. I don't know if if we are the only persons na talagang parati kang ini-interview.
No, actually, I've done a few. Whether it's in support of cancer, whether it's a charity for children, or actually, I'm also Women in Technology Ambassador.
Can you believe that, Emmerich?
That's beautiful.
Pwede na tong tumakbo
Beauty
sa
and
politika.
brain.
We need women. And your
Yes.
daughter,
and brain.
actually, you know, we would like to congratulate you for raising good daughters. And she graduated cum laude, and she's gonna be walking on October 12.
Yes, she's so excited, by the way. And you know, she hardly ever say yes to any fashion show. She only say yes to you, actually. There's a few people that have asked her to walk, but she said no. I'm only gonna do it for the Filipino American Cancer Care.
Oh,
Wow.
that's very nice.
That's
And you know
amazing.
what, Evelyn, I have to tell you this. Emmerich, naalala mo yung mga pasyente natin sa Batangas?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Evelyn. Isa lang ang
Yeah.
tinulungan namin. Isa lang tinulungan natin, umabot sa buong bayan ng
Yeah.
Batangas. Sa ngayon, we have overwhelming number of applicants from
From Batangas.
Batangas. You remember yung bata na namatay, Emmerich, na si
Yeah.
Aubrey, 2 years
Aubrey.
old, na, you know, we don't stop helping people just because of $1,000. Sabi ng iba, there was a person who told me, Josie, namamatay yung mga pasyente nyo. Why do you keep on helping them? Alam mo kung anong sagot ko? Because you know what? There is no cure for cancer. And 1,000 will not cure cancer. But it will give them hope, courage, and we are here to help them and support them. So ngayon, yung bata na yun, Evelyn, namatay siya. And at the time, you know, yung parents, kasi dating OFW, naalala mo, Emmerich to eh. Yung
Yeah.
tatay, walang trabaho. There was a time he was so down.
He was so
And he
down,
was
yeah.
crying to me over the phone nung mamatay ang bata. Kasi sinuportahan natin yun eh. Every month, we thought that she was going to survive, and she was not able to survive because pumunta na sa brain ng bata, and she was so cute, di ba?
Yeah.
Alam mo, sabi ko dun sa tatay, alam mo, one day, sabi niya, Miss Josie, gusto ko pa pong tumulong sa iba, pero wala akong pera. Sabi ko, one day you're gonna have another baby, and who knows, you might be able to help us again. You know what happened?
Yeah.
He is now working in Australia, and he has a new baby.
Wow.
Kaya yung mga
Oh,
taga
that's
Batangas,
amazing. Yeah.
pinuntahan ni Aisa. Kaya
Oh,
when we
wow.
go
That's
back to the Philippines, doon na naman kita ipapadala, Emmerich, ha?
Oo.
Marami sila doon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, first question, ikaw na. Magtanong ka,
Yeah.
Evelyn.
So, Ate Evelyn, I'm just, curious on getting, kind of knowing what's important to you, when you're looking at FACC. What attracted you to really keep supporting us, and keep saying yes to our invitation for an interview? Not because you just love talking to us so many so many times, But I want to know, and also, for our listeners and viewers as well, to understand what is it that you've seen, and you keep on doing what you're doing in support.
Well, thank you for that question. It's such amazing cause, by the way, what you guys are doing. I was such I was before meeting Josie and participating in the fashion show, I really did not have any idea on what it's about and what it was about, what you guys do. But then when I participated in that first fashion show, I thought it was just a fashion show because like every Filipino, we love fashion show. We love to dress up. We love to eat. We love to socialize.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it was more than that. To me, I was personally affected by cancer. My father passed away lung cancer a long time ago. I think it was like 2020. I mean, no, 2001. And then I have my oldest brother was also affected by liver cancer, and he also passed away.
How many
And
are
then,
in the family, by the way?
how many what?
How many siblings do you have?
I have 7 siblings, 4 brothers and 3 sisters. So there's 8 of us. And 2 already have passed away. And the reason I continue to support the Filipino American Cancer Care is because of what you guys do. I don't support a lot of organization out there, especially Filipino organization, because I always have this feeling, and I'm just being very honest here, okay? I always have this feeling that not all organizations are honest and true. I always feel like there's an underlying meaning or benefit for them personally, and it's not always for good cause. And I feel like it's a money making in some cases, and that may not be true, but that I'm very hesitant to help because I want to know where my money is going. I want to know that it's going to be going to a good cause. I want to know that it's going to help somebody. It may not help everybody, but I want to make sure it helps somebody. So when I met Josie,
But remember, I will cut you off there. Remember, Evelyn, when you're helping FACC, you are not helping Josie Zaiman personally. You are helping cancer patient beneficiaries. Yan lang ang gusto kong i-ano sa mga tao, ha? Yeah, it's not about Josie. This is an organization.
It is. It is, but the leader of the organization has to be trustworthy. Because you represent the organization, you too represent the organization. And yes, it's supporting and helping Filipinos and other people that have cancer and that cannot afford food and health and medicine. But you represent them. You're the one that is the face of it. And you have to be trustworthy for people to actually, become charitable to you and to your organization and to your goals and objectives. And it's because of you and your drive and your passion to help those Filipinos and those people who are in need of assistance is what attracts me to be supportive of your organization. Because the more you do, the more you help, the more people are going to be better because of what you do and what your organization stands for. And so when I met you and I got to know you a little bit more, that's when I was thinking, I'm like, this is a good organization. It's an organization I want to be part of. It's an organization I will continue to support because you help a lot of people and you have a hope. The more we support you, the more you're going to be able to help people. That's what I. That's
thank you for your
Absolutely.
kind words, and thank you for that. Although I have an RBF, tatak RBF. O, bahala na kayo dyan kung anong gusto nyo sabihin. Anyway, nawawala yung voice ko ngayon.
But that's the reason why I am very. It's so close and dear to my heart is the FACC for that reason. And it's not just cancer is not just personal to me. It's universal. And anybody has been impacted by cancer in so many. It could be a sister, it could be a cousin, it could be a neighbor, it could be a friend, it could be anybody. All of us have been touched by cancer. And it really takes a village, a community, a country, the world to really put together and help each other out because we cannot do this alone.
That's right. And
Absolutely.
totoo yan, Emerich. This is
Absolutely.
not an easy job, okay? Walang
Yeah.
sinasahuran dito. I don't even get
All of
any
us are
centavo
volunteer.
here. Kami pa ang nagbibigay dito.
Yeah.
Tinatawanan ko na lang, Emerich,
Yeah.
because this is actually self-sacrifice. I always
Yeah.
tell everyone, pag kasali ka sa FACC, wala kang makukuha dito. Okay? Ang may makukuha dito, yung mga cancer patient beneficiaries. At yung salamat na yan, malaking bagay na yan para sa amin sa FACC. So, when you support us, that's kindness, di ba?
Yeah.
That's unconditional giving. That's the meaning of charity.
You know
Ayan.
what's another level that I like, Ate Evelyn? I don't know if you notice it. We have the Bell of Hope now.
Oh,
Like
yes, I love that.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Emerich,
Every
are you
time.
gonna bring one to your province?
So yeah, I need to know what the process to get it.
I
in
think you have to
Malolos,
contact our board of
Bulacan.
director and treasurer Alan. I think it's something like $500, and then
Okay.
they will prepare the Jollibee, whatever it is, kung may
Yeah.
mga bata, and then
Yeah.
yung ano na yon sa hospital. Kasi
Yep,
yung mga
in the hospital.
hospital, Evelyn, sa Pilipinas, I can't even believe this. I was talking to one of these people I met today. She was telling me, anong ginagawa ng gobyerno? Of course, may ginagawa ang gobyerno ng Pilipinas. Pero sabi nila, anong ginagawa ng iba? I said, I cannot speak for them. Okay?
Right,
I can't
exactly.
speak for them. Pero itong ginagawa namin, it's really like, saan ka naman nakakita? Nagbigay tayo ng 1,000. Wala naman tayong pera, Emerich. Wala tayong grant.
Yeah.
Talagang
Everything goes to other beneficiaries.
fundraising, and then we have to pay the storage, the office, and everything. So, it's $500, I guess, no?
Yeah.
Para kasi pinapagawa yung ano na yun yung
The bell.
plaque. Yung bell
the
at saka yung plaque dito sa Amerika. And then, ikaw, for example, Emerich, dadalhin mo yan doon. Like for
Yeah.
example, may hospital sa inyo. Nakalagay doon sa pangalan, sa plaque na yon, that this Bell of Hope is donated by Emerich Vicente through Filipino American Cancer Care. And then we'll coordinate. Kami nang bahala. Like for example, you gather cancer survivors, cancer
Right.
patients.
Yeah.
At yun sila, I will contact kasi I have a friend na
Yeah.
sa Jollibee. We'll give them. Doon na kukunin sa 500. Yung parang nila, snacks, pang merienda. So we did it in Rojas City, in Iloilo City, and I think there's something about Naga that's coming, no? We still have
Can
that. Yeah.
Can I do one for Batangas?
Yes,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you can bring it. And you know what will happen? Kailangan namin ng pictures.
Yeah.
Kasi ilalagay yan. And
Documentation.
if you can coordinate with your governor, kasi that's what we did, no? We coordinated with the governor or the mayor. They love it. Kasi dito sa Amerika, we have this victory bell. Pagkatapos ng chemotherapy, diba, niriring nila yan. Doon sa Pilipinas, wala. I think they only have one at St. Luke's.
Yeah.
Because
Medical
of the
Center.
American Cancer
I have a very good relationship with the mayor and
see?
Tanawan.
Yes.
Actually, I was his guest during one of his event or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would love to do that for
Yeah, I'm gonna connect you to Alan kasi pumunta siya doon sa Pilipinas like a year ago, 2 years ago, no? And I also communicated with the governor. And, let me know because I am going to write them a letter. And it's the same thing for you, Emerich.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah, I was thinking about because I'm from Bulacan, Ate Evelyn. So
Oh,
I'm-
wow. I love Balbulacan. I've been there so
Yeah.
many times.
Yeah, I've been to Batangas, Nasugbo, for so many times because my classmates are from there.
Yeah.
But we have the provincial hospital in the Capitolio, and then we have the rural clinics in also in the province of Bulacan.
Mhm.
Wow.
And my friend is a lawyer for the COMELEC sa Batangas, Lipa, Batangas.
Yeah.
And Jonaline Sabiliano, naku, yan, supporter ng FACC yan. So, who knows, di ba? Paborito ko pa naman yung si Silvestre na yan, dating ex-boyfriend ni Chris Aquino, pati si Vilma Santos, nasasayangan ako.
God.
Ay nako, kailangan nating
It
makuha
would be
yan pag
nice
pumunta
if
ng
it
Batangas.
would be nice if we can coordinate when you go home or when I come home, and then
Oo.
all,
We do it together,
Oh
right? You
right?
go to
yes, we
On
can
two
do
Batangas, I
it.
go to
places.
Bulacan.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Oh
actually
my
next year
God.
we are planning to have, a courtesy call sa Malacanang and sometimes I don't wanna say our plans.
Yeah.
Don't say it.
Yeah. Don't say
Just
it.
show it. Yeah.
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 Don't
Mahirap
say
na
it.
Yeah.
kasi, 'di ba? We're going to be
Yes.
ano na naman, question
Exactly.
by everybody. But
Yeah.
anyhow, walang walang nasasaya, walang
Yeah.
sayang.
And just for the context for our viewers and listeners, what symbolizes the bell of victory is really for cancer patients. It's really a ring of hope.
It's like a
That
celebration,
a
right?
celebration that I finished that sixth round of chemo,
Yeah.
or sometimes at the end of it they say you're cancer free. It's not just it's a ring that rings over that has a ripple effect to everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking about cancer, we have an upcoming cooking class, Emerich. Right
Yes.
now, we have one who's in Florida. Kung may time ka, Evelyn, please
Yeah.
visit her. She's 30 years old. She's married to a Caucasian. Nandito ngayon sa Virginia. But she has to stay there in the Mayo, close to the Mayo Clinic. She just gave birth to a baby. And then she was diagnosed with stage 4 colorectal cancer. No?
Oh, wow.
And we also have another one dito sa taga Virginia yan. But then nandyan siya ngayon sa kanyang in-laws
Florida.
and sa Florida, no?
We're in
And she's
Florida.
very beautiful, huh?
We're in Florida.
I don't know, is Jackson, ano ba yung malapit? Jacksonville ba? Malapit sa Mayo Clinic?
Well, yeah, Jacksonville has
I think
Jacksonville. It's about it's closer to
30
Orlando. It's
minutes
about
or Palm Beach, something.
no, Palm Beach is far. It's far from Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So it's
Maganda yung
about 6
story ko
hours.
sa Palm Beach, nakakatawa. But I'm not gonna take it right now. Anyway, nandyan siya. And then we have another one here who lives in the rural area of Virginia. He came here as, scholar for PhD sa chemist, no? She, in chemistry. And he has nobody in this area. He reached out to FACC dahil nakita niya sa Google, no?
Yeah.
And he's 34 years old. He just had his chemo and he also had cancer. And he's actually from Eastern Samar, Tacloban, no? And then we have another doctor. Ang rural area ng Virginia, they don't have Filipino
No, not so many.
stores. So what I do, sometimes I would send sack of rice and everything just to make them feel good kasi hinahanap pa rin nila ang pagkaing Filipino. So this, who used to be a doctor, si Joyce, used to be a general practitioner in the Philippines as a doctor.
Wow.
She came here in the U.S. 2 years ago to work as a nurse, and she has a 19-year-old son. She's a single parent, no? And she's going to attend. She has stage 3 ovarian cancer. And it's overwhelming kasi kung ito lang ang buhay natin every day, I just want them to feel na mayroong mga tao na kahit hindi mo kilala, they care about you. So if you have
Yeah.
time, I can, coordinate and you can meet them. We have also survivors in that area. Marami kaming pasyente actually dyan sa Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
May isang pasyente dyan na yung caricature artist.
Oh, wow.
Survive na siya ngayon. At saka yung isa, Emmerich, you remember Janice Mejia?
Yeah, Janice Mihai. Yeah.
Yes. They're actually
Oh,
coming in
wow.
October. Magandang story nito, no? And
Yeah.
she was featured on the Filipino channel because of her story. We have so many, and then we
Yeah.
have so many beneficiaries in that area. And like right now, we have one who we gave 1,000 lung cancer, stage 4 babae, dyan din sa area ninyo. Anyway, naalala ko pa to, ang dami. Anyway, I don't
I
want to take
know.
this time. All right, so Evelyn, talking about your father and your brother, nakita mo ba kung paano sila mag-suffer? And
Yes.
ano ba yung mga sinabi nila sa iyo? What did they tell you about this, cancer, this terrible disease?
Well, I saw both of them and how they suffered through the disease. My father, when he came here, he came here because he wanted to be with my mother, and he didn't have to work, but he was so bored, so he went to work for McDonald's actually.
Mm.
He was one of those old guy that works in McDonald's, and they love him, and so the people there will give him money and will give him tips, even though you don't give tips in McDonald's, right? But they would give him tips. He would be the one cleaning the table, but he wanted to work because he said he was bored and he didn't want to be a burden for anybody, and he would walk. And I remember it. I wasn't at my level. I was working then, but I wasn't at the level that I am now. So he never really saw me how I became successful. But it always makes me cry every time I think about it. So
Yeah.
he would walk to work. He would save every penny. He would make sure that he gave all the money to my mother. And he never went on vacation. And I couldn't afford to do that then. This was so long ago. And, that's what I remember. He would save every penny. I would give him money and he would hide it and save it. And we would find it under the bed.
Mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I was never able to give him a good life here because, again, I was starting my career then.
Yeah.
That's what I remember about my dad. And he would always tell me that no matter where you go, no matter how high or how successful you become, you don't ever forget where you came from. And that's why I'm always grounded. I always try to do the best I can, and I always try to help. Because he always tell me that you're never going to get to where you want to be unless you look back and help those people who help you. And that never ever forget where you came from, because that is how that's gonna set the future for you. That's what you're gonna have to remember, is that you're gonna be successful because I know how you are. You're very driven, you're very assertive, you're a go-getter. But just don't forget where you came from, because that is what's gonna define the person that you are.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my dad said. My brother, on the other hand, he's my oldest brother. He was in California.
Was he
I
also an
saw
engineer?
he was accountant. He was an
Mm.
accountant, and he died in California. Actually, his wife had cancer. We didn't know he had cancer, by the way, but
Oh my gosh.
did he did not want to tell anybody because his wife had cancer, lymphoma.
Mm.
And so he never took care of himself because he was taking care of his wife. But as soon as his wife died of lymphoma, non-Hodgkin lymphoma, that's when we found out that he also had cancer. But he never took care of himself because he was so busy taking care
Take
of
care of
his
her.
wife. He went to Alabama, and that's when I found out that he was on like to get somebody's what do you call that? He was supposed to get an operation because somebody was gonna give him
Oh,
liver.
donor.
Yes, he was
Donor.
on the list. He was in Alabama because that's where the fastest way to get it. So he
Mm-hmm.
was there,
Liver. A transplant.
Transplant.
right? And I was in the hotel with him. He was on one room, I'm on the other. And when it was time for him to get the transplant, I believe he had his case was so bad
Mm.
that they couldn't give it to him anymore. And so he went home so disappointed. He didn't want to die. He was telling us he didn't want to die because he has only one child and his child is still single. He didn't want to die. He told us, I don't want to die yet. I want to live longer. I need to make sure my daughter has somebody with. But I saw how he suffered, and I saw how he would sometimes throw up with like blood, and and you know how dinuguan is? I used
That's
to love
right.
dinuguan. I
Mm-hmm.
don't eat it anymore because
Mm-hmm.
of it. Because I saw him.
Sure.
He was yung ano palanggana, he would throw
Mm-mm.
up on
Yeah.
palanggana like that. And it was such a I mean, I'm second from the youngest. I'm the baby, in all honesty, because there's six people,
Ahead
brothers
of
and
you.
sisters that are older than me. But I felt the weight on my shoulder, because by this time, I'm the one that is financially capable. I'm the one that is very stable. I'm the one that literally my whole family depends on me.
That's right.
And so that's what I saw, that, my gosh, this disease is taking all my loved ones away, and there's nothing I can do about it. And that's when doesn't matter how much money you have, and you just can't do anything about it, because all you can do is make them feel, comfortable.
That's
and
right.
not in pain. And that's when I did a research, that there's about 10 million people died from cancer in 2020.
Right.
And lung cancer is the most prevalent, the most common of all the cancer, which is what my dad had, and the liver cancer. And I did all this research because I'm so curious about it. And liver cancer is very prevalent among Asian and among men. And so while I was studying all of this, and I was like, my goodness, and then lymphoma. I mean, 500,000 people have lymphoma, and every year, like this year alone, there will be about 1.9 million new cases from the American Cancer Society of cancer cases. 1.9 million this year alone. So, I think about it and I look at this and I'm like, I'm just this little person. What can I do to help this? What can I do? All I can do is either, give my time and, whatever money I can donate. But that's not.
And
that's
in
not,
addition, Evelyn, cancer is a very expensive disease.
Yeah,
It is a high-end disease.
it is. It is.
And
but no matter how rich or poor you are, you're not gonna. It doesn't discriminate.
It doesn't exactly. The poorest of the poor, the richest of the richest,
Right.
gets this horrendous disease.
So this is why this is so personal to me. It's so personal, and yet it's universal. You cannot cure it with just emotion alone. You cannot. You can pour all your time and all your money. It's not. It has to be. You have to donate. You have to volunteer. You have to advocate, and you have to share your story, because the more you share, the more people will know. The more people will donate, and then maybe more people can
save a life.
And
yes,
exactly.
You described cancer as a thief, para siyang magnanakaw that robs families of so much. Could you talk a little, about the emotional toll it takes on families, especially in your case at sa pamilya mo?
Well, to be honest, and I was talking to Catherine about this as well. Catherine is my oldest daughter. She's the cum laude and Miss Teen Philippines USA. I was talking to her, and she never got to meet her grandfather. She never got to see how wonderful he was and how kind he was and how just such an amazing, amazing dad for me. I talk to them about him a lot, but they don't know. They never met him. The emotional toll is it's something that you cannot see. I have it in me. It's like I feel it. I missed him a lot. Every time I'm in the middle of something big, I always say, what would my dad do? What advice would he give me? I'm in this crossroad. What am I going to do? He was the one that always give me this advice. It's not really an advice. It's almost kind of like he always makes me think. He makes me make the decision, but he makes me make that decision based on all his teachings.
Yeah.
And that is something that my children will never know. And then my brother, who never saw his daughter get married, he never met his son-in-law, he never met his granddaughter, and all we can do is talk about him to his granddaughter, and to me it was like we were robbed. We were robbed with my dad. He was still young. He was only 70. My brother was only 55, and to me, I was robbed with all of that father father figure, my brother who became my father figure. He was so strict. And I always remember how he told us not to wear a miniskirt. He told us not to wear a sleeveless. And he would chase us down to our home, back to our home when we're dressed inappropriately. And
Mm-hmm.
appropriately means miniskirt, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And all I could talk to my children are the memories and the fun and what the teaching that they had for me. And I am now doing those teachings to my children because they never got a chance. They were robbed with having a grandfather. They
Mm-hmm.
never they don't even know what they're
That's right.
missing because they never
Mm-hmm.
had one.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
When
so,
your father was diagnosed with lung cancer, of course, you saw him suffer. You know, what was that moment for you like? Nang makita mo siya, like for example, when he also learned that he had this illness at the same time sa brother mo rin. And your sister-in-law, can you believe that? That's too much to bear.
right, right. So when I saw my dad, actually he died here in the US. Um, I used to go to the hospital because he was, even though he was in his deathbed, he's such a funny guy. He would make jokes. All the nurses would come to his room because he always make jokes, even though
Mm-hmm.
he's in all these tubes and everything. What what I could remember was that he would always make a joke, and he would always tell the nurses. They would always be cracking up, and he's his English is broken. It's not like he can say
Just like me.
he cannot even say the joke, and the
Mhm,
punchline is never there because when you
mhm,
translate a Tagalog joke into English, it doesn't really work that well.
mhm,
It doesn't.
And so he would always joke, and then there would be Filipino nurses, and they would just love to go there. They would just love to hang out in my dad's room. And when the day he died, and this is something I will never forget. He knows I was his favorite. At least he told me I was his favorite. I'm
mhm.
sure he told every
And
children
you
of
are
his.
his engineer.
Yes, I'm the only engineer he has. It's funny is because he actually sent me home. I was gonna stay in the hospital, but he sent me home, and I told him I didn't want to go home. I want to stay. And he said, "No, no, no, just go home. Just go home. I'll be okay, right?" I'm not even home yet, and they were calling me back because he already passed away. And they were, and my mom was telling me was that, oh, he did not want you to see him suffer. He didn't want you to see him how he died. He didn't want you to see him because he doesn't want you to change the way you look at him because
Yeah.
you've always seen him as a very strong man, the guy that's always ready for an advice, ready to tackle the world, ready to give you whatever it is that you need. He did not want you to see him that way. He want you to remember him to be always the dad that you always look up to. And I will never forget that night. And I was driving home, and I stopped in the side of the road, and I just cried my heart out. And I drove back. That's what I did.
Mhm.
It's like every time I talk about it, I feel like it just was just yesterday. And I go back to that same feeling and that same time
Yeah.
and that same day. Like like I was feeling it again.
Mhm. Yeah. Ay, naku, ang hirap talaga.
How many
'Pag
years?
naalala ko
How
yung
many years
mga
has passed now? Has it been?
It's he passed in 2000, so it's I guess 25 years now.
And it still
It's still
feels
fresh.
like, yeah,
Yep, I
yesterday.
still feel it. I even had dreams about him that he would be sitting at the end, at the bottom of my bed,
that's
and
right.
I would wake
Yeah.
up and I'd be like, "Dad, what are you doing
Mhm.
here?"
Yeah.
I still have
Our
those dreams.
grief, our grief
Yep.
became
Mhm.
part of our
Evelyn, can you
foundation.
send us that picture of your father and your brother?
Yes,
Kasi sa
please.
October, we're going to pay tribute to
Yeah.
our, survivors, those who passed away,
And your
and
sister-in-law too,
yeah,
right?
cancer
Yeah.
patients. We will
Yeah.
add that, okay?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Emerich, can think about it. She's very successful. She has a
Yeah.
good family.
Yeah.
she's a beauty queen, she has brain, but she's also human
Yeah,
because she cares about her dad, her
absolutely.
brother, and she
Absolutely.
also cares about other people, especially, you I think you mentioned to me there was a time you mentioned to me that you had some sort of yung parang you encounter something like akala mo cancer.
Yeah, I had a lumpectomy because I
Mm.
had they had to remove a lump on my breast. And I was so scared, and I was just so scared for my life because thinking
Yeah.
that I could probably have a cancer too, right? And they couldn't see it on just the mammogram or
Mhm.
MRI. I
Right.
actually had to be open to so that they can see it because they cannot get a good visibility of it because apparently my I have a very dense breast
Hmm.
and like a teenager apparently, which is a good thing by the way.
Yeah.
but but I was told that they had to open it to get it so to know if it's cancerous. So I had a scare, and so when I actually had to had a surgery in Arkansas because they had the best. I was referred there because they had the best cancer care too.
Uh-huh.
And so it was removed, and luckily it was benign. It
Benign.
wasn't cancerous. But I was already thinking about if I had a cancer too, am I gonna die? I was so young. I was in my early 40s, and I was like, am I gonna die so young with cancer too? And I'm like, I'm not ready yet. My kids were so young, and I just didn't wanna take. I just didn't want to believe it. And I prayed and I prayed. I've never prayed that much in my life, but I did. And I also believe in the power of prayers. That's another thing that I don't go to church as often
Same
because
here.
I was always told that God is everywhere.
That's
You don't
right.
have to go to church to
Hmm.
pray.
And when you
And
think God, you are also praying.
that's right. And so I pray. Whether I'm in a kitchen or living room
Yeah.
or in my bed, I just pray, and I pray that what I've seen from my parents and my brother and all my loved ones, the suffering that they had experienced, that hopefully it will not be something that people will experience because
Hmm.
I don't want people to experience the same thing I have experienced by losing them.
Hmm. Are you scared of cancer?
Oh, very, very, because I think that it's almost in every family. Either it's part of their direct family or somebody really, really close to them is gonna die of cancer. It's just the way it is.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
until they find a cure for it, that's gonna be the way of life, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's because of food. I think it's because of the chemicals that we intake. I think it's about a lot of things and until they find a cure, everyone is going to be impacted by it, whether it's directly or family or friends or relative or close family. It'll happen,
Hmm.
and that's the sad part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's unpredictable. Para nga siyang magnanakaw eh.
You're right.
Na
Very,
bigla
Yeah,
na lang
very.
darating.
yeah.
Anyway, Emmerich, do you have a question?
I'm
I
so
do not
sad.
have any more question that's relate actually half and half because you are our queen of Mrs. Tourism USA. And
By the way, I
International.
also I also won the Mrs. Tourism World
there you go. So um your advocacy
Oh yes,
during your reign
pageant, right?
and so two,
Yeah.
what was it and why did you
So,
choose that?
and now that I know that you're going to be in the pageant, I can definitely give you
Oh,
advice because
coach.
yeah. Oh,
There you
I'm
go.
I'm really
Emmerich.
I know.
really
Thank
serious
you.
about I'm really really serious about this. My advocacy, Emirate, is something I also I'm passionate about. My advocacy was increasing the number of women in technology,
That's
and
right.
also increasing the number of women in executive leadership. And the reason I say that is because we Filipinos have always known for medical field and nursing.
Yeah.
I'm the only one in the Philippine industry from the Philippines that actually excelled in technology and telecommunication. I have been a panelist. I have been a guest speaker on big wireless organization, like worldwide wireless infrastructure organization.
Naku, kailangan kong dalhin to sa White House.
I mean, literally, I've been in Washington, D.C. I've met all the FAA, FCC leaders. I have been on big, like really symposium speaking about women in technology. I'm also was women in technology in different companies. Like I lead a lot of organizations. I am an engineer by trade. And it's what I do. And I love technology. I can talk to you about AI. I can talk to you about automation. I can talk to you about anything. I can design a network. I can build a network from scratch. And I wanted more women to do it because...
Let me ask you first, where did you get your brain?
Both my parents are actually very smart people. They didn't finish college, but they were very, very smart. But what I'm telling you, though, is, again, Filipinos are known in medical field and being nurse and doctor, but I'm known for being in technology. And I actually went to Germany. I went to Australia. I went to so many different countries for technology. I'm like a guest speaker. I win awards for actually speaking in technology forums.
And nobody can speak that.
Right. And I get invited by different big companies to consult with them, to tell them what to do.
So what was it like?
Oh, it's amazing. But that was my advocacy. So when I competed, and I'm so passionate about this because when I competed, that was my advocacy. And there was not a question they could ask me that I could not answer because it's something I do. It's something I'm trained to do. It's something I went to school for. And it's something that I have preached to everybody. So every time they asked me, my answer was authentic. My answer was real. My answer was something I actually did. I didn't make it up. So my advice to you, this is actually great for you, Emirates, because you are advocating for the Filipino American Cancer Care. You are going to be authentic. You're going to be bringing your full self in that pageant because this is what you do. This is what you care about. This is what you're passionate about. And when you do care about something, when you do love something, there is not a question they could ask you about your advocacy that you're not going to be able to answer. I am telling you, just be authentic, just be you, just bring your full self, and everything else is easy.
I appreciate that.
Be yourself, Emerge.
I really, really appreciate that.
At wag mo kaming kalimutan ni Miss Evelyn.
Exactly. No, I really, really appreciate that because the preparation that people were talking about and I'm hearing, and it was like, you guys are too much. And I was like, I'm interviewing people. I answer questions. I'm guest panelist. Like what you're doing. I was like, why am I, those kind of things. However.
No, go ahead.
So I said, however, I was like, I just need to be me.
Yes.
And sure, listen to what's going on the field. And I'm always in touch with Filipino American Cancer Care, with Runway for a Cure, with another organization.
So, here's another tip I'm going to tell you. And I'm telling you this because, again, I'm a living example. I've never done pageant, never dreamed of it.
Me neither.
And here's the other thing. I was the oldest. When I competed internationally, I was the oldest. And I was already not even a contender. They didn't even think I was a contender because they think, she's the oldest. She's not all that sexy, but I'm prettier than they are. I can tell you that. But my point was, I have life experiences. I've been doing this. I've been a public speaker. I've been in so many conferences. I've been in forum. You know what? Everybody was telling me, oh, you have to have a coach. You have to have this. You have to have that. You have to have that.
Because they want you to spend money.
I said, heck no. You know why? Because I need to win by being me. I need to win by being authentic. I need to win. There is not a question there that I'm going to make up my answer. It's going to be what comes out of my heart. That would be my answer.
Absolutely.
That's right.
I did not have a walking coach. I did not have Q&A coach. I did not have a I won national costume. I won the Q&A. I won the talent, by the way, which, by the way, I didn't think I had a talent, but I won it.
Yeah.
And so the only thing I did not get, Emirate, is the evening gown. And you know why? Because I was not the sexiest. But guess what? Everything else I got.
Yeah.
Oh, see?
There you go.
That's it.
Diba?
My hope is so, yeah. And
Teka
Ate
muna, may
Evelyn,
tanong ako sa kanya. Where
Yeah.
did you get that toned shoulder? Ay, yung mga
Oh.
arms.
Yeah, I exercise, girlfriend. I do
Exercise.
Because you know why? Let me tell you why. You
You
know
lost
this.
weight, right?
I lost 20 pounds. You know why? Because when okay, but here's the other thing, Emirate. I was bullied. I was bullied when I won. And I was told I was fat, I was a pig, I was the Biana. Guess what? I used that to I literally used their words to make me better. I used their words to make me motivate me to do about my health. They called me so many names because I won. They called me all these things, and you know what? I had something to prove, and I said, you know what? You're saying that I should not have won. I don't know why, but I had the best answer. I said, but I'm gonna show you that this girl is not the girl that you mess with. This is a girl. I'm gonna show you how it's done, and you're gonna learn from it.
Exactly.
So, Emerich, be ready
Man.
for bullying.
I'm ready for it.
I was a victim of bullying.
Bring it. Bring it.
Honestly,
that's amazing. I really appreciate you giving me all of those tips.
You can call me aside. You can call me. By the way, when you prepare for this pageantry, I'm serious about this, Emirate. You need to call me, and I will. If you have any question, you don't need a coach. Seriously, you don't. I won without it.
Yeah.
I can tell you everything I learned, everything I did, everything that from day one to the time I was crowned. I will tell you all of things I did, and I did not have anybody there but myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Evelyn, next question.
Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
going to join a beauty pageant again?
No.
Why not? Ako na lang kaya, hindi rin ako qualified.
Yes,
Ate
you are.
Evelyn, Mrs. Universe is open ages now.
No way. No way.
Actually, you know what? They asked me about it, and I said, no, I'm not doing that. You know why? Because I have nothing to prove. In fact, I didn't even have to be in the pageant to know who I am and to know my capabilities. I didn't have to. But when my aunt put me on it, I said, okay, if I'm going to be in it, I'm going to be in it to win it.
Dapat yung aunt mo ang sumali, hindi ikaw.
I know. I'm going to be in it to win it. And I did. And I said, I'm not going to do something that I'm not going to put my 120% of myself in it.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I said I'm not doing it again is because I have nothing to prove to anybody. I am happy the way I am. I've already won. I don't need to do that again. And it was really heartbreaking for me in the beginning for being bullied for something because I responded to their bullying. And because I responded to their bullying, they made me the bully when I'm actually just responding to everything they said on Facebook. They screenshot everything I replied back to their post and made me the bully. And that is not good. That is not right. I am not going to put myself in that situation again. I've learned so much. I've grown as a woman. I've grown as a mother. I've told my children that don't ever let anybody tell you anything different. You know who you are and you know where you came from. Be the person that you want to be, not anybody else is not going to tell you otherwise.
Right.
I'm just telling you, Emirate, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it.
See, Emirich, you can do it.
Thank you.
Filipino American Cancer Care, FACC.
You can do it. I'm serious, Emirich.
Ano,
you
Emirich?
Can do it.
Yeah, no, this is really, 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 really helpful.
And Dave Valeriano can also do it.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm a big fan of Dave as well. And
Oh, yeah.
actually, I'm the one that told him where to go in Paris.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Wow. Ang galing nga eh, kasi dinala niya yung family niya doon. You know, I like that.
Yeah, it's
And
beautiful.
he is really, you know, his plan is to really represent FACC sa mainstream America. And
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
will help in the
Yeah.
exposure and to gain more supporters
Yeah.
for this organization.
Yeah.
The one
Emmerich,
thing,
you've been in this organization for 5 years.
Nice. Yeah.
wow. And you know, one thing you need to remember is have fun. Oh, have fun during the competition because you know what? It's a once in a lifetime
Right.
experience. Have fun because you know what? When you have fun and you don't take it seriously, you actually do better. And I'm serious about that.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
at the beginning I was so nervous and I'm like, what the heck? What am I to lose?
Yeah.
Except give them my best. And guess
Mhm.
what? When I said that to myself, when I came out of that at that stage, I'm like, you know what? I may be the oldest, but I'm gonna have so much fun in this thing because I know I don't have to be here, but I'm here, but I'm gonna have fun. And guess what? It shows on your face, it shows on your body language, it's your aura is like contagious. The judges will
Yeah.
love you.
Yeah.
There
And
you go.
if they asked you one question, Emmerich, ask them or tell them, do you have any other questions?
That's right. Is there any other questions? Any
Yes.
additional question? Is there any follow-up?
Ginawa na natin tong ang
I
programa
know.
sa sa
Sa,
FACC.
pa-
Ano
sa
kayong masasabi
pageant
ng
na.
PHLV Radio?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I
No,
appreciate
Kailangan
it.
palang makita mo si Evelyn, no?
yeah,
Yeah.
see?
Yeah.
This was meant to be, you know?
It
For
was.
you
It
to
was. It was
interview
weird.
me.
When we're setting up everything, I didn't know who's our special guest, and then at the end when I said, "Yeah, I'll be there," and then she goes, "Oh, we're gonna be having a guest." It's like, what? It's not happening. I was like, okay, but
Yeah. No,
So there is
I'm
a
so
reason
glad.
why we have this show
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
Now,
exactly.
last question. Ang bilis ng oras. Hindi, ang dami ko pang
Oh my
tanong eh. Pwede ba? Gumawa na
You
lang
can
tayo ng
interview
sarili
me
nating
again in
station natin. Ano,
you
Johan?
can
Magkakaroon na
interview me
kami ng
again in 6
FACC.
months.
What's that?
You can interview me again in 6 months.
Oh, pwede kita interviewin bukas. Okay.
So much fun, by the way.
Yeah, we have 7 minutes. Nagbigay na ako
Okay.
ng extra. Bahala ka, Johan. What advice would you give to young women who aspire to break barriers, in careers that are, for example, you told us, typically dominated by men
By men.
or by Emmerich. Emmerich!
So my advice, to be honest with you, is to do not take no for an answer. Honestly, the no is just a means to another yes. Don't take that no for an answer. See, the way I have done it in my career is I wasn't afraid to take risks. There are times where I did a lateral move and sometimes I did a backward move because if I'm not at the point in my career where I don't like where I'm going, I would do a step back and I would take a lower position if it will take me to the job and to the role and to the career that I want. It being successful is not always upward movement. It could be a lateral, it could be a backward. Sometimes stepping back once is actually going forward 2 steps. So my point is, don't ever be afraid to take risks, and if you think that you're in a place where that's not where you want to be, do a side step, do a lateral move, or do backwards. As long as it's still, you have to have that North Star. You have to have that goal in mind. Don't ever lose it. If that's really where you want. For me, it's about, I always wanted to be a leader in technology. I wanted to be that woman in technology. And I don't want to be boxed into something like, oh, she's a Filipina, she's going to be this. No. I'm the one that is the only person that could change my trajectory. I'm the only one. Nobody could do or say otherwise. It's my career, it's my life, it's my goal. Nobody is going to stop me from doing that. It's because I know where I want and I know where I want to be. And I don't ever lose sight of that. But at the same time, I always think about my parents' teaching. I always think about not forgetting where I came from. I always think about helping the people that have helped me along the way. You know, the kasabihan sa atin na kapag hindi ka tumatanaw ng ano
Utang
ang
na
tawag
loob.
sa ng utang na loob, you'll never get to where you're going. It is true.
Mhm.
It is true because karma will always chase you if you don't. So you always want to remember where you came from. You
Mhm.
always want to remember the people who helped you along the way, and always make sure that you take them with you. You help them.
Yeah.
The other thing that always helped me out is I always want to make sure that I bring people along with me. Anybody that helped me, anybody that have supported me along the way, I don't ever forget them. Because to me, utang na loob natin, it's habang buhay. It never goes away. Because
Yeah.
I will never be where I am today without those people who actually helped me along the way. So, you know, people will be a naysayer. People will tell you you cannot do it. In fact, even my own cousins told me that I'm never going to make it in the United States. That I grew up and I went to school in the Philippines. That I'm never going to be amount to anything or anybody. Well, look
Yeah.
at me now. I'm actually better than any of them combined.
Mhm.
And most of them graduated here. Some of them even went to school here and graduated here. But I have passed them not because I have a better education. It's because I have the tenacity, I have the drive, and I have the dream.
Yeah.
And that's really what take me to where I am. And I'm not even done yet. I want to help more women to advance in technology. I want more women to achieve executive leadership because I made it. I mean, I am the only Filipino that became vice president of a Fortune 100 company, on engineering and technology. I run network engineering and operations organization on Fortune 100 companies. I have done many companies that are Fortune 100, and I've led those organizations. And most people who reported to me have master's degree, have graduated from Ivy League school, but I am their leader. You know
Mhm.
why?
Yeah.
That's
Because
right.
it never stopped me. I never felt like I'm like insecure about that. I know who I am, I know my capabilities, and I know I'm good at what I do.
Mhm. And in America, you can do anything, Emerich.
That's right. That
Absolutely.
is right. It is really
Absolutely.
true. The only thing that will stop you is you yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
So there you
Very true.
go. What
Mhm.
else? Do you have any other questions? Because I'm loving this.
Johan, ito na. Ito na,
Right?
Johan.
Overtime, overtime.
I know, I know.
Well,
Thank
anyways,
you
thank you
guys.
so much.
Thank you.
Ito yung maganda yung spontaneous, yung usapan.
I
Yeah,
know.
We have to do this again. Like,
I
we're
absolutely.
gonna, I guess we're gonna organize an open forum, no?
You know
And
what I would recommend a panel,
yes, panel
like,
discussion. Yeah,
oh my
in
gosh, I would
person.
love to be in
Yeah.
that panel.
In
Ay,
person,
gusto
panel
namin yan ni
discussion.
Emerich.
Oh, we love it. I love it.
We
No, I
can
think
do
it's
that.
good. It's
Yeah.
good. I
We're
think
gonna
we
do
need
it, after, FACC anniversary or
Yeah.
probably before pag mayroon pa akong energy
Ener-
at wala na
in the
akong
time.
shingles.
Time and energy.
You're
yeah.
full of energy. Kailan yung pageant mo?
August 23.
August
Where?
23. Pupunta kami?
Hilton, Rockville, Maryland. Hilton.
Oh my gosh!
It's
Is
local.
is David gonna be there too, or it's a different pageant?
David told me he's going to watch. He's gonna be here.
Emerich,
Okay, you
So
know
gusto mo
what?
bang dalhin ko yung banner ng FACC?
yes, please. Yes.
Ayokong gumawa ng eksena, Emerich, pero gagawa ako ng eksena.
Oh yeah.
You need to send me the information. I would love to be
I
Yeah,
there and
will
let's
send it
support
to
go.
you.
you.
August
I will send
23.
it to you.
Teka muna, meron yata akong
Yeah.
cystoscopy
So
nun, ah.
far, this is the national title. So I am Mr. Maryland, for Mr. America Global, and then winning the title of Mr. America Global will represent USA to Mr. Global, um, and then there's also other competition, Mr. International, Mr. So there's a lot.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you.
Yeah, it's big, so really excited.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. Oh, we'll see
Yes.
her with Pom Pom.
Yes.
And the
I love
machete.
that.
But
I love
machete
that.
is coming out on stage.
Oh man. Oh,
Diba?
man.
Ang galing. May
Yeah.
award
Oh,
ako sa iyo, Emerich, pag nanalo ka. Ito.
Okay.
Sandali.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Where
so
is it? Where is it?
excited. I am so
Let's see.
excited.
Oh, okay.
Ano yan? Ano nakikita mo?
I can see it.
I
Ano
cannot see
yan?
anything.
White House.
Oh, it's the White House. Is
Yes.
that like drinking
Yes.
water?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Diba? Ang ganda.
That's nice. That's really
Ah,
Oh,
nice.
diba?
wow.
Oh, pag nanalo ka ha,
Okay.
ito bibigay ko sa'yo.
Okay. Keep it warm.
Keep it warm and keep it cold.
Yes.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I really want to thank you both for taking the time. I really had so much fun doing these interviews. And guess what? You guys can call me anytime and do this again because I was having so much fun.
Ay, we learned a
Yeah,
lot
same.
from you.
Yeah, we did.
Ibang klase. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us on our radio show, On the Air with FACC, Filipino American Cancer Care, on PHLV Radio. Bye.
Bye-bye.
The Filipino American Cancer Care has just brought you On the Air with FACC, tributes and support to those impacted by cancer. On the Air with FACC, the Filipino American Cancer Care on PHLV Radio.